Once upon a time, there was a young monk named Kaito who lived in an ancient monastery hidden among the peaks of the Sakuya Mountains. The mountains, high and majestic, seemed to touch the sky, and the fog enveloped the landscape like a mysterious veil. Kaito had grown up within the walls of the monastery, and every day since he was a child he sat cross-legged, trying to meditate, to reach that inner peace that all the masters spoke of. Yet despite his efforts, his mind was always filled with turbulent thoughts, worries, and memories of the past that continued to resurface. Want to learn how you too can find your inner peace? Read on and subscribe to our channel for more inspiring stories like this. Kaito longed to understand the Buddha's teachings and achieve enlightenment. However, the more he tried to concentrate, the more his thoughts wandered. It was as if his mind was an overgrown garden where no flowers of wisdom could grow. He often asked himself, "Why can't I find peace?" He felt like a prisoner of his own emotions, unable to free himself. His teacher, a wise old man named Ryokan, had been watching him for a long time. Ryokan was known for his wisdom and patience, but also for his unpredictable lessons. One morning, as the sun began to rise, the teacher approached Kaito, who was sitting quietly, his eyes closed but his mind far away. "Kaito," Ryokan said in a calm voice, "I see that you are struggling with your own mind. You are like a traveler trying to stop the wind with his hands." The young monk opened his eyes, confused. The master continued, "I must give you a task. I want you to carry a stone from the base of the mountain to the top. Only then will you understand the secret of calm." Have you ever heard of a teaching that changed your life? Tell us about it in the comments. We are curious to know your experience. Kaito bowed, accepting the challenge, even though he didn't understand its meaning. He picked up a smooth, heavy stone and began his journey to the top of the mountain. The climb was arduous, and the stone seemed to grow heavier with each step. As his body grew tired, his mind filled with doubts and questions. Why must I do this? What is the point of it all? The wind whistled around him, carrying chaotic thoughts like leaves drifting in the current. When he finally reached the top, exhausted, he put the stone down. He hoped to feel a sense of accomplishment, of lightness, but instead he still felt the weight, no longer on his back, but in his heart. He looked around. The view was magnificent. The sky opened up above him, the clouds flowed lightly, and all around reigned an uncontaminated peace. Yet inside himself, he still felt the tumult. It was then that Ryokan Master appeared beside him, as if he had been there the whole time. "What do you see, Kaito?" asked the master. "I see the stone I carried here," Kaito replied, looking bitterly at the boulder at his feet. "And what else?" Ryokan asked with a faint smile. Kaito looked around once more, but this time with different eyes. He saw the immensity of the mountains, the vastness of the sky, and felt the enveloping calm of nature. His mind, for a moment, cleared. He realized that the entire walk he had been so focused on the weight of the stone and his thoughts that he had never noticed the beauty that surrounded him. Try to take a break today. Let go of your thoughts and enjoy the beauty that surrounds you. Share with us how you felt afterwards. "That stone," Ryokan said softly, "is like your thoughts. The more you focus on them, the heavier they become. But if you learn to let go of them, you will see the beauty that exists in every moment." Kaito remained silent, absorbing his master's words. That moment on the mountaintop changed something inside him. He returned to the monastery with a new awareness. The real weight was not in the stone, but in his mind. Sometimes, what holds us back the most is not what is around us, but what is inside us. Do you agree? Leave a comment and let us know what you think. From that day on, Kaito began to practice meditation with a different spirit, no longer trying to force his mind to find calm, but letting his thoughts flow like water in a stream. Every morning, Kaito would go to a quiet spot near a lake, where the sound of the water lapping against the shore was like a song that soothed the soul. He would sit in silence, watching the way the waves formed and dissolved, just like his thoughts. He learned not to get attached to anything, to let everything flow naturally. Over time, the lake became his inner mirror, reflecting not only the calm of the surface, but also the serenity that was beginning to emerge within him. There is nothing better than letting your thoughts flow. Try it yourself. Start your meditation today near a quiet place. His transformation did not go unnoticed. Other monks in the monastery, seeing how Kaito had changed, began to follow him. They would come to meditate by the lake, trying to find the same calm that he exuded. Kaito humbly did not consider himself a teacher, but simply a traveling companion. He shared with them what he had learned. We must not fight against our thoughts, nor try to control them. We must simply observe them, let them pass, and return to the present moment. One day, a young monk named Haru approached Kaito. The boy, his eyes filled with worry, confessed, "My mind is like a raging river. My thoughts race endlessly and I can't find peace. How can I empty my mind as you have done?" Kaito smiled, recognizing himself in the young man. "Haru," he said softly, "you can't empty your mind by trying to stop the thoughts. Thoughts are like waves in a lake. You can't stop them from forming, but you can watch them dissolve. Sit, watch your breathing, and let the thoughts flow. Whenever you find your mind wandering, return to your breathing. In time, you'll find that thoughts no longer have the power to disturb you." Have you ever tried the breathing meditation technique? Share your experience in the comments. Haru listened carefully and began practicing every day near the lake. At first, his thoughts overwhelmed him, but over time, he learned to let them go, just as Kaito had done. Years later, Haru became a wise teacher himself, passing on the wisdom he had learned. The story of Kaito and Haru spread throughout the monastery, and each generation of monks continued to pass on this wisdom. The mind is like a lake, and only when we stop stirring the waters can we clearly see the reflection of reality. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to discover more stories that will help you find your inner calm and grow spiritually.